Alrighty, y'all, what's up? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome if you're new here. It's your average driveway mechanic. Let's get into the video. So today, we are going to be bypassing a neutral safety switch. So originally, what I was seeing online is that you need to find your neutral safety switch plug, and then there's going to be two wires. Most of the time, they're going to be red, and you'll have to loop the hot sides together so that you can bypass the neutral safety switch, which I did for a long time, except it didn't work. So then I just unplugged it now, and I still started the truck up, so you don't actually have to touch your neutral safety switch. So to bypass your neutral safety switch, you're going to need another switch. Online I've seen people using two. Mine is a 3-prong switch, and so what you're going to have is you're going to have a power, a load, and a ground. And so first get your switch. On top of needing a switch, you're going to need your ring terminals, your female quick disconnects, and some 12-gauge wire. I went with 12 feet of black and 12 feet of red. That was enough wire length for me on this vehicle. For me, I'm using a fuse box, a secondary one, and so I'm using a 30 amp fuse. So you'll either need this sort of setup or you'll need to get a inline fuse. So what I did first was I took my load wire and I attached it to the left side terminal of the starter solenoid, and then I ran it behind the wires up top. Now I can come over here and I can pull the slack out and then just kind of find my happy spot. Thinking this will be a couple good zip tie spots without pulling on the wire. There's no heavy stress points. And then once we zip tie it in a few places, we can finish pulling it through the firewall here. I'm just using the factory hole that has a rubber grommet. You should have one as well. It's directly under the brake booster here. So then coming to your next one, you're going to need to find a ground location. So ground out wherever you can. I used the secondary fuse box, but there's other locations that you can ground to. Up under here, you can fish it back through the firewall, and you can ground out somewhere there. Plenty of places. And then your last one is going to be your power wire. So you're going to need a 12-volt power source. I use the secondary fuse box. You can either choose to pull it from the battery itself, or you can pull it from the alternator if you do not have a secondary fuse box. There should be open spaces in your OEM fuse box. I'm just not sure about that aspect. So now that you have all three ran to a close location to where you would like to mount your switch, you're now going to have to choose a mounting location. So let's go ahead and do that. So now that I've figured out where I want the switch, I've put in tape, I've marked it out, I've taken my Dremel, and I've used the drill bit attachment to take out the majority of it. Obviously, it still will not fit in, so this is where the sandpaper rolls are going to come in. And then I will finish rounding that out just enough for these clips to be able to pop in and secure this switch. Alrighty, so now at this point, the hole is big enough, and while it may not be the prettiest, it'll be hidden behind this trim here. So go ahead and just pop it in there now. So there it goes. I'm not going to push it all the way in yet. I'm going to go ahead and pull the wires. I'm going to then attach them to the back, and then I will continue pushing the button all the way through. So now I've pulled all the wires through, And because I've already set this switch up, I have ends connected to them. So I'm going to go ahead and clip all of these wires about there and reattach the clips. And then from there, I will reattach the wires to the switch. The switch can go on the dash, and then we can see if everything works. Just while I start using this tool, I want to show how easy it is to use. It's getting me some of the best crimps that you can pretty much ever get. It's a spring-loaded, Chinesium. I'm sure that there's other people out there that make it, but I picked one up at AutoZone, and it gives some of the best crimps connections. Better than a tool like this. This does not have the crimp connector on it. My other ones do, but those do not crimp anything like these ones. They have a spike in them. It's a much wider crimp, and like I said, it's spring loaded, so it won't actually let off until it's fully crimped. So really recommend getting these. There's the 3 different sizes, and you can see that's how tight it is before it'll let off. Alrighty, so now this is with the button all finished and installed. Let's go ahead and see if it works now. So here we go, key to accessory. As you can see, it will not start by the key, but if you just when bypassing a neutral safety switch, make sure that the accessory is on, so that way that you have fuel, but you also have spark. And this switch is also a toggle switch, so you just flip it on and then flip it back off, like such, until the vehicle starts. Alrighty, y'all, this is the end of the video. If you made it this far, please don't forget to like, subscribe, drop a comment. Thank you guys for watching. Y'all have a good one. Peace.